When Critical Role revealed their outline for the future of the brand, a lot of people were skeptical. But half a year later, it's become more and more apparent that their master plan is actually working.
And I love it when a plan comes together.
Before we dive into Critical Role ticking off the boxes of their future plans checklist, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons? It only takes a second, it's totally free, and it really does help us keep these videos coming. And then, let's talk some Critical Role. Critical Role dropped a huge bombshell on fans during their Campaign 4 direct presentation during GenCon, and in their follow-up video explaining what Campaign 4 is, revealing that not only were they picking D&D over their own Daggerheart TTRPG, but they would be adding new cast members, splitting into 3 different groups to play for long stretches that only feature small chunks of the original cast, and Matt Mercer would be stepping down as DM to let Brendan Lee Mulligan run the entire campaign. A lot of fans were excited, but many were also shocked. I mean, as Sam Riegel himself pointed out in an ad read sketch just weeks later, picking D&D over Daggerheart seems like a weird business decision, and a lot of fans were worried over how they would connect with the campaign where the full main cast they knew and loved for the past 3 campaigns would almost never be playing at the same table together. But almost exactly 6 months later, it seems like Critical Role has delivered on almost all the stated goals of their master plan. So, let's take a look at how they managed to do it. First off, the biggest elephant in the room. Picking D&D over Daggerheart had the community extremely divided, with a lot of fans saying that it signaled the potential death of Daggerheart just months after its massively successful launch. After all, how could you be excited about the future of a TTRPG whose creators didn't even believe in it enough to play it in their main campaign? Critical Role's answer was that they would let other actual plays become the flag bearers for Daggerheart, and collab with them to bring a lot of that content to Beacon as well. And it turns out, they did exactly that. From the initial Dungeon Daddies and Legend of Evantris streams, which saw 2 of the most popular actual plays out there run Daggerheart mini-campaigns last year, they kept on expanding. The Dungeon Dudes wound up releasing their much-loved Drakkenheim setting for Daggerheart with a Kickstarter that raised almost $500,000. And then came the news that not only would Penny Arcade, the OG of actual plays that helped launch the entire genre, be switching to Daggerheart and airing on Beacon, but they would be joined by another much-loved actual play, Viva La Dirt League, whose first episode of Daggerheart Azerim will air on Beacon starting next week. So while Daggerheart may not have been the right fit for the West Marches style of Campaign 4, now we have nearly every major actual play trying out or creating campaigns for Daggerheart instead, which is pretty much delivering on exactly what Critical Role promised back in the summer. And with Hope and Fear on the way in just a few months, it seems like Daggerheart's future is just as bright as when it sold out in just 2 weeks after its launch. The other big shock to the fans was of course the cast shakeup, with the concept of new faces joining the cast and the split 3-table nature of the campaign, run by Brendan Lee Mulligan with Matt Mercer stepping out from behind the DM screen to be a player, leaving a lot of fans worried. Some fans just weren't familiar with Brendan's work and if he could pull off the kind of drama they've come to expect from their Critical Role campaigns, and others were excited to see Matt Mercer as a player at the table, but worried about the whole split cast members plan where we'd just be seeing groups of 4 or 5 of the cast for months at a time, and wouldn't get much, if any, of the full core cast all playing together again after those 4 introductory episodes of the campaign. But so far, Brendan has more than silenced those critics, as he came out of the gate swinging by killing the brother of Liam's character Hal in the very first scene, before pivoting to some truly incredible reveals about the nature of Wakander and his family, and even seeing the entire Davanos family, of which Matt Mercer's character Sir Julian was the heir, utterly wiped out before his very eyes. This is Brennan in full A Crown of Candy mode, where no betrayal is too heartbreaking and no character is safe, and it not only brought the drama and some truly great moments of relationship building between characters like Wakander and Tyranny or Octus and Taisha, it also brought back the stakes to Critical Role, as every combat truly does carry that risk of character death in this new format. And that was something a lot of fans felt was missing back in Campaign 3. Matt Mercer has also been amazing as Sir Julian in his limited time on stream so far, letting the fans know that yes, he's every bit as good as a player as he is a dungeon master. And the new faces have done extremely well in engaging the fan base, as Whitney Moore, Alex Ward, and Luis Carrazzo have all had some incredible moments so far, with Tyranny being an early standout character of Campaign 4. The viewership has also been very strong, especially considering that this is the first campaign to kick off with the Beacon platform fully in place. And while we don't have an exact number for how many members Beacon has, at time of writing this, which is, in all fairness, balls ass early in the morning, there are nearly 8,500 members online in their Discord alone. even with them having this new platform for releases and getting rid of the live chat on Twitch, the campaign still debuted to the biggest numbers since early Campaign 3, which was still living off that pandemic boost in a world without Beacon. The real test will be to see if the viewership spikes again after the tables switch out this month, and if one of the tables winds up becoming more popular than the rest. But with the ability to swap players between tables, something Brennan has already prepped us for, it seems like even these radical changes to the Critical Role format have revitalized the Critical Role fanbase in a way that we just couldn't have expected. So Critical Role has clearly made some massive changes to push their actual play and their in-house Daggerheart TTRPG forward, and so far it does seem to be hitting on every cylinder. We'll learn a bit more in the next few months after every table has a chance in the spotlight, and after we see what kind of sales the Hope and Fear expansion generates, and if any other major actual plays jump onto the Daggerheart bandwagon. But for now at least, it's safe to say that Critical Role's master plan from nearly 6 months ago is coming true, and we're just waiting to see the full reveal as 2026 rolls along. So what do you think? Are you happy with all the changes to the actual play and the plans for Daggerheart that Critical Role has revealed? Let us know down in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.